a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the 5.
You love how eager Wiggins is to involve his teammates. That's a nice assist.
Hero against quickly. He's looking for Pirtle and finds him. And no good. Here's Ware, defended by Pirtle. 6 on the shot clock. There's Hero. With a 3, it's rebounded by Barrett. And here's Toronto. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
Here's Robinson after R.J. Barrett's bucket. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Pass to Hero. Now here's Adebayo. Barnes grabs the miss. Here's quickly. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
All kinds of grit there on the inside from Emmanuel quickly.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I spoke with the Heat's head coach, so we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Wiggins outside. Again, the miss by the Heat.
So far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Barnes with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Pirtle, the pass to Barnes. Back to Pirtle. Stolen by Robinson. And here's the fast break. Adebayo leading the way. Here's Ware. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
And we talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
Here's Hero after the Raptors pick up 2. They set the pick to stop the run. It's rebounded by quickly. Raptors leading by 6. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
I think there were some toughness questions around Andrew Wiggins. Not anymore. This guy has become a pretty gritty player.
Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Barrett kicks to Pirtle. Takes it inside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Hero from long range. And Pirtle pulls it down. The Raptors have gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Pass to Walter. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well, Scotty Barnes, such an excellent passing wing.
The Heat trail by 9. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Ware. Here's Robinson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Adebayo finds Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
Wiggins getting the space and then does not hesitate before firing that one.
Barnes down low. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a...
And so it's the Toronto Raptors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back right after this. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Hey, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Walter. And it's Barrett at the 3, the small forward. Uncovered. Kept alive.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Adebayo.
Well, if this is a physical contest, Adebayo is going to win out.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. He takes it in, and yes, it's good. Quickly's got 8.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The Heat trail by 9. For Jakob Poeltl, his parents paved the way for him to become a professional athlete. I'd say Brent did a good job.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin. They were doing some blocking of their own, just not basketballs like Jakob does. Both of his parents, members of the Austrian national volleyball teams, and building some roofs on some people trying to put down a few slams.
And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Robinson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jacoby Walter.
Defenses are always in the starter's block to sprint out to Duncan Robinson and close out hard, but you can't be reckless and foul him in the act.
It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. That's where you take advantage of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
Barnes against Adebayo. Poeltl with a screen on Adebayo. To the paint. It's deflected. Here's Ware. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Charlotte.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around it, just his effort level was off the charts.
And Adebayo throws it down.
Watch out when Adebayo gets vertical. That's a big bam.
Quickly looking it over. Oh! And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Barnes sets a screen for Quickly. Down low. Let's go. And Adebayo sends it back.
Are we sure that Bam's not wearing a watch out there? Perfect timing.
There's 1:17 left in the second quarter. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Back to Hero. Three-pointer. Outside for Robinson. A three-pointer. Wiggins hits it from three-point range. Wiggins has got 7.
Well, if Wiggins hits these three-point balls at a high clip, he'll become a much better player and more dangerous for this offense.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Where, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Now, here's Quickly. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
And Pirtle has it in the corner. On the wing quickly. Got a hand on it. And the first half is now in the books. It's the Raptors. They're up by 10. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And just to throw you guys a little curveball here, what's your take on the alternate floor designs teams are using these days?
All right, fellas, time to talk about that first half. How fantastic has Scotty Barnes been?
At times it seems like...
And that is it for half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nice performance by Emmanuel Quickly.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
Jaime Jaquez is out there with Anderson. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Mitchell in at the point guard position. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Shed, covered by Mitchell. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Inside. Mobo can't hit.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Jaquez outside. Pass to Shed. Stolen by Mitchell. In transition, here comes Miami. And the layup is good. Jaquez has got it back down to within single digits for the Heat.
Jaquez with an outstanding effort, not just night to night, but moment to moment.
Outside Robinson. Here's the screen. Here's Mobo. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Mobo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. Ron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taking 16 for 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. Love with the screen for Hawkins. And they get it back. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. Sinks the three-pointer. Burks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Love has a knack for recognizing when a teammate's going to break wide open.
There's a screen by Robinson. And stolen by Love. They're running. All going up court. Mitchell's shot is good.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Here's Shed. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Love.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He hits both from the stripe. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And he dunks it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
6 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Here's what Miami has lined up on their schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And for that matchup with the 76ers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter of the game. Out to the wing. Pass to Mobo. Here he goes. It's good. Mobo's got 5. So it's Miami now. It's a 5-point game. And Anderson kicks to Burks. Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Tries the spin move. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. 44 seconds left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Burks the pass to Mitchell. For 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Lawson from outside. The rebound by Anderson. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. Trailing by 5.
And that's been a strong suit for Love for a long time. If he spots a wide open man, he's going to make the right choice.
Burks on the wing, unloads. Off target with the open look.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Raptors lead by. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in its center. Barnes looking around. Outside, Barrett lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Heat. Ware's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wiggins kicks to Adebayo. Back to Wiggins to take the lead. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Pirtle. Barnes outside, into the lane. 2024, Brent, was a moment. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brent, he seems like the ideal wing.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. And you don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities. But the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Barrett, no good. Miami trailing. Wiggins passes away. Throws it down. If the official calls the foul, it may be a three-point play. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to tough, the action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys.
Thank you, David. And it's quickly missing.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
There's the try.
The offense just opens up if your playmaker comes from that 4 or 5 spot, and Bam does such a great job of it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Toronto with the ball. It's a three-point game. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. On the wing quickly. He's guarded by Adebayo.
My Wiggins saying, no. That one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Quickly against Hero. Here's Adebayo. That one no good. Good D by Barnes. Here's Barrett. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, inside, Barrett fighting twice as hard, working through that contact and trying to get a shot off.
He's off on the second.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Adebayo kicks to Hero. Barrett against Wiggins. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. And here's quickly for 3. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Ware. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now, quickly. Driving the lane. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The Heat leading by 4. Robinson dishes to Ware. Hero from long range. Hands it from downtown.
Producing from behind the arc, that is huge stuff from Tyler Hero.
Barnes screen on Adebayo. And it's quickly missing. And here are the Heat now. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Count that bucket. And it's a 9-point Heat lead.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Walter, and good that time. And here are the Heat. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Adebayo finds Robinson. Wiggins outside. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Good D by Barnes. Faint looking very thin now, Greg, with very few ticks of the clock remaining.
They'll need something special to happen, and it needs to happen fast.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
There's Hero with the 3. No good that time. And so it's Miami winning this one. It won. Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David
quite like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
So the Houston starting five. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. Now here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
What hops from Green, going up high and taking it right to the hoop.
Pass to Ware. It's stolen by Green. They've got numbers. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. I love it.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
And Houston has possession. Miami making their last shot. Thompson, a screen on Mitchell. Pass to Thompson. And the layup is good off the glass.
Good things come to those who hustle. He creates the second chance opportunity.
Here's Ware. To the left side wing. Adebayo passes to Jaquez. 5 on the clock. Back to Adebayo. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Adebayo's got his second basket on the night. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. A multiple-time All-Star. What aspect of Adebayo's game, Stan, catches your eye nightly?
Well, Brian, I'd say it's not one thing. He's a very complete player. He can rebound, defend, pass, score. This guy does it all.
And by all accounts, a great teammate as well.
That's exactly right.
Here's Hero. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. And the layup is good.
Yeah, busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game. And if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Allie, thank you. And the basket by Van Vliet.
Yeah, what a touch on the shot from Van Vliet. Just easing it into the hoop.
Heat trail by 4. Stolen by Thompson. Back comes Houston in transition. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, pass to Jaquez. Poke loose. Thompson with a steal. On the break. And Şengün throw it down.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Adebayo finds Hero. That three's off the mark. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 14-6 run. Thompson's shot is off. And it's Miami's ball. Trailing by 8. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. Brooks defending. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Now here's Hero. Really played well against Charlotte in his last game.
Well, this is what Hero is out here to do. He's a very reliable three-point scorer.
Şengün, a screen on Mitchell. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. The kick out to Van Vliet. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. Green against Adebayo. Here's Ware. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Miami shooting their first free throw of the evening. The Rockets lead by 4. "35 seconds left in the first. On the take. Over to the wing. Here's Şengün. No good on the 3.
He's got to be mad at himself. Won't get a better look than that.
To the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Here's Van Vliet. It's good. Van Vliet's got 6.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for Houston. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a quick gander here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Then it's man Adebayo. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Van Vliet outside. Inside. It's stolen by Jaquez. Here's Adebayo. The game now all tied up. Adebayo's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, how about Adebayo? Just discarding the defender and finishing strong.
Well, Coach, how about the Eric Spoelstra story? Started as a video coordinator with the Heat back in '95. You were an assistant in Miami back then.
Yeah, look, Brian, even then, Eric is one of the rare guys that all of us on the staff knew right from the beginning that he had all the makings of a great coach. Players trusted him and had confidence in his ability to help them.
From the video room to the Hall of Fame one day.
No question.
You gotta love how Şengün attacks on the interior.
Out to the wing. Adebayo with it. Now Thompson defending. Adebayo against Thompson. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Jaquez. Shot clock at 6. Over Brooks. They get it back. Jaquez with it. Here's Hero. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now. Van Vliet on the wing. Checked by Mitchell. Here's Şengün. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. And now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
Yeah, no question Van Vliet was going to find his man. He has excellent court vision.
Mitchell misses. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. Jaquez against Brooks. There's the drive. The kick out to Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Mitchell. Van Vliet misses. And it's Jaquez with the ball for the Heat. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. Hero for 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue, but in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Hero right side to get back on track. Drains the triple. Hero's got 8.
Yeah, no time needed for Hero. He's always ready to fire.
Thompson against Hero. Thompson outside. Outside for Green. From 12 feet. And the shot is good off the backboard. Green's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, good shot. I mean, Green makes it look easy.
Mitchell, the pass to Hero. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Şengün.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And so Hero nails both of them.
That's what he does. Rock solid at the line.
And here's Green from the arc. Yes, and it's Şengün picking up the assist. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
And he gets it to go.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And that's just fantastic court awareness. Van Vliet sensing the overcommitment and finding the open teammate.
Pass to Mitchell. Back to Hero. Takes a three. Brooks with the rebound. The Rockets lead by 7.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Here's Thompson with the drive. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And so that brings the first half to a close. The Rockets on top, up by 9. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
As a team, you love a night like this when the game feels simple. Pass, shoot, score, repeat.
And looking ahead. And that'll do it for us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Amin Thompson.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
Kicking off the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. We've got Jabari Smith. Whitmore is out there with Aaron Holiday. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Adams in at the center position, locking down the middle.
Yes, slashing toward the hoop. Whitmore not hesitating when he sees an opportunity.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Miami shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
And when you look at Rozier, such a fantastic scorer, a gear-shifting, talented guard who continues to improve.
Houston leading by 9. Stolen by Rozier. Right side, Robinson. Now here's Whitmore. Pounded by Rozier. Stolen by Rozier. Robinson against Eason. Outside for Rozier. Pass to Anderson. Over Whitmore. Anderson can't get it to go.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Heat trail by 9. Love with the ball. He's picked up by Adams. Rozier from outside. Gets the 3 to fall. Rozier's got 5 points now this quarter.
From distance, Rozier looking confident.
Whitmore. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play. That one on Anderson. Houston shooting their second attempt at the line tonight. Hey, Grant, when you look at the mentality of today's players, what are the differences from back in your day?
Well, B.A., through the wonders of technology, players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Smith with a screen on Rozier. Holiday passes to Smith. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And here's the look now at the last few months of assist numbers for Tyler Hero.
They've got to be happy about how many more assists he's been dishing out lately. He's got a pass-first mentality, and with how well he's been distributing, that's a very good thing. His teammates love playing with him.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Rozier with it. Guarded by Smith. Back to Robinson. Rozier outside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And a vicious slam by Rozier, really sticking it to them.
Now here's Whitmore. Not a lot of room. Adams a screen. 5 to shoot. Pass to Smith. Now Adams. Soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Rozier with it. And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And the basket created by Rozier's pass, known to be a score-first guard, but still, Terry is adept at finding teammates.
And Holiday powers it home.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
Look how Rozier just slices inside. He doesn't hold himself back on the drive at all.
The drive by Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Oh, good recognition from Smith Jr. Now, sensing the defense overcommitment and punishing them for it.
Driving inside.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Outside Eason. The 3. Anderson pulls it down. Heat trail by 7. Here's Wiggins. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
Wiggins has always had a knack for that. Get inside, force the D to commit, and draw the foul.
And it's a completely new group for the Rockets. And Wiggins drops them both.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Thompson against Anderson. On the wing, Thompson. He's got 14. And the basket by Van Vliet.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Robinson finds Rozier. And again, no good by Miami. Houston leading by 8. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Got a hand on it. And here's Rozier. Good. Rozier's got 15 points.
And he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
And meanwhile, Eric Spoelstra rallying the troops.
Trust it. Good to great.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Well, the Rockets shooting almost 70% from the floor. Sensational. Thompson passes to Şengün. Pass to Van Vliet. Love grabs the miss.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Stolen by Van Vliet. Down low. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. Terry Rozier picks one up, so Miami ends up going with a new group. Thompson, no good on the free throw.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And there it is for him. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Hero for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. On the wing, Brooks. Checked by Mitchell. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Brooks is one hard-working man. He runs into a foul and still gets a shot off.
Good on both.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
Mitchell drives in. No good. Nice D from Thompson. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Rockets. They host the Hawks after this one. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. Heat trail by 8. Here's Hero. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. Jaquez against Green. On the wing, Brooks. Right side, Green. From outside the arc. The Rockets again can't hit.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Adebayo. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Thompson. Pass to Şengün. It's stolen by Jaquez. Fast break. Here come the Heat. And Adebayo slams it in.
Wow. Adebayo showing some leadership there in a big moment.
Van Vliet against Mitchell. Now Şengün. Brooks outside. Tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. A minute 53 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Heat trail by 4. Mitchell with the ball. Van Vliet covering. Pass to Adebayo. Now Jaquez, defended by Şengün.
Well, when you watch Jaquez, the first thing that jumps out is his footwork. He is so precise with each movement.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he's able to hit the second one. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Van Vliet, the pass to Brooks. Back to Van Vliet. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
I mean, you have to love the intensity Van Vliet plays with in these situations. He's always ready to meet a challenge.
Here's Jaquez. Green with the defensive effort. The Rockets lead by 5. To the paint. Stolen by Hero. Jaquez with it. Van Vliet covering. Adebayo, no good. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the 4th quarter. Van Vliet, the pass to Green. Back to Van Vliet. 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Adebayo. Pass to Mitchell. Hero for 3. Oh, he nails it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
To tie it up, and it's good. A huge shot to tie it up.
Well, they really needed a hoop, and Hero steps up.
Here's Green. Ooh, slicing through. Green.
Absolutely fearless. Green takes the big shot like it's any other bucket.
Mitchell. Oh, it falls! And tie game! Huge basket right there. It's stolen by Jaquez. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, the shot is good! And the officials are headed to the scorer's table to review this one. Let's see what happens here. It'll be on to overtime if the original ruling of no basket is confirmed. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Then it's Davion Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Thompson outside. Connects from downtown. Thompson's got 19 points. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. 2 on the clock. And it's Mitchell. The miss. Houston leading by 3. Thompson scanning the floor. And Şengün, here we go. The kick out to Van Vliet. Şengün, the screen. And the basket by Van Vliet. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Adebayo sets a screen. Hero with the bucket.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Stolen by Van Vliet. On the wing, Green. Brooks outside. Driving to the basket. Thompson outside. Brooks a screen on Jaquez. Clock at 6. Thompson passes to Green. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Count the basket.
A monster bucket from Şengün. This team needed those points.
Outside Mitchell. Hero for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They've led by as many as 11. To the inside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Thompson passes to Brooks. Thompson attacking. Outside for Green. And it's off from 3-point range. So it's Miami now. 6-point game. Pass to Ware. Now Adebayo. Hero on the wing. From the arc. Tries again. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, secures the ball off the glass. Does a nice job going right back up.
Talk about using that speed. Green to the rim with ease. First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
The kick out to Van Vliet. Pass to Thompson. Van Vliet outside. Green for 3. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist.
They've been a different squad here in overtime. I'm just not seeing the same energy level.
And so it's Houston winning this one. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught a second win.
They really did. And
important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet into the point. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And what an athlete Ingram is. Elevates up in the air with such ease for the dunk.
Green left side. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one. And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
A true leader on the floor. VanVleet knows how to run an offense very efficiently.
Quickly the pass to Barnes. Hurdle with a screen on Thompson. To the wing on the left. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Three-pointer, Brooks. They kick it out to Green. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist.
You can tell Green likes to move quickly. He gets that ball and he's taking the shot in just a few seconds.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Brooks against Ingram. Wide open look. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
Ingram against Brooks. Now here's Ingram. He's tightly guarded. 6 on the shot clock. Hurdle shot is off. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Thompson surveying the floor. Driving in.
Oh, nice finish.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
So, RJ, the Rockets last year, they were exactly at 500. 41 up and 41 down.
Still, they missed the play-in by 5 games. In the East, they easily are in. That just tells you how difficult a rebuild in the Western Conference is. And Houston is up against it.
The drive by Green.
A vicious finish by Green. Boy, Jalen, this man can get up.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And that one's good quickly.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
1:15 left in the first. Here's VanVleet. No good with the layup. Raptors trail by 3. Fast break Toronto. Barnes finds quickly. Toronto working the ball around now. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bertle sets the pick for Quickly. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Dick. A 3.
Great job closing out the lanes. You normally don't see defense like that from Green, but he was tough to get around there.
Here's Şengün. Still scoreless. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Bertle. On the wing quickly. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brooks kicks to Thompson. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Rockets lead by 3. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
And so in the game for the Rockets, at the guard position, Van Fleet and Green. Dylan Brooks out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at center. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Here's Thompson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And RJ, even without a consistent jumper, Amen Thompson has proven to be a productive player.
And that jumper should develop over time. But he does everything else at a high level. He's extremely versatile, especially on that defensive end, Kevin.
Dick, and it's all evened up. Dick's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, that's what makes Dick dangerous. You can't just play him as an outside shooter. He'll go to the hoop like he did there.
And Thompson kicks to Green. And there's the drive. And Green slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Quickly with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Quickly's gone 1 of 4 so far. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Barnes down low. Covered by Van Vliet. And there's a whistle. That goes on Scotty Barnes. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Van Vliet kicks to Thompson. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
And this one has been all about Amen Thompson. A freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Van Vliet against Quickly. Van Vliet attacking. Count that one. Van Vliet's got 5 points so far.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Thompson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. He's got 14.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Barnes, screen on Thompson. Pass to Barnes. And he gets it to go.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
And Voigt deciding where to go with it. And he drives in. Ingram against Brooks. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Ingram. Barnes grabs the miss. Raptors trail by 4. And stolen by Thompson. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Second team foul.
There's 1:38 left here in the second. Pirtle with the steal.
The defense had the pass well anticipated. They know the offense wants to get that ball inside.
Second team foul.
Quickly with it against Washington. He was really on his game. Pass to Pirtle. Dick with it. And here's Barnes for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 5 rebounds tonight. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Houston gets it back. Second shot opportunity. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 16 points from Amen Thompson.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Driving inside. And the dunk by Dick.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. They kick it out to Green. Thompson outside. Back to Green. Clock at 6. No good with the triple. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Wizards in Washington. Dick can't get it to go.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the defense.
And it's Green with the jam.
Using that speed, Green flying by on the drive.
A 3 from Quickly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Quickly's got 5 points now in the quarter. On the inbound, the shot by Thompson, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor. But replays here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us?
Taking a look at Houston, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have.
Now, as we look at the first half, the Rockets find themselves in a close ballgame.
When you look at how they're getting their points, a good.
That'll do it for our show today.
Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for the Rockets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Amen Thompson has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted area seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
They've got Robinson. R.J. Barrett is out there with Walter. And it's Mobo in at power forward. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. Now here is Holiday. Tight defense on him.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Shed, guarded by Holiday. Pass to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Shed. Up and in on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 1.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Holiday kicks to Smith. Hits the three-point bomb. Smith's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
And for Houston, they're shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Holiday finds Whitmore. And the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
Fires for 3. Rockets with the rebound. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Smith, and the dunk by Smith.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
Raptors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Mobo. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Walter. Nothing on the board. It's stolen by Adams. Over to the wing. And here's Smith. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Holiday. Houston needs to get a shot. Shoots, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. Number 1, the Raptors.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Adams. One-on-one fast break. And the dunk by Eason.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Barrett against Eason. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. Here's Mobo. It's stolen by Eason. Pass to Smith. And then Smith with the dunk.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Shed, no good, and they can't put an end to this drought.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And an intentional foul right there. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group.
Substitution on the court.
On the wing, Thompson, covered by Barnes. Brooks with a screen on Barnes. And Thompson throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Quickly, boom, he jams it straight down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Pirtle with the steal. And here's Barnes for 3. Brooks grabs the board. And it's Houston on the break. Van Vliet right side. No good on the 3. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Sengun out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Dick. The teardrop falls in. Dick's got it back down to single digits for the Raptors.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
Pass to Thompson, and stolen by Barnes. Now the Raptors moving it up. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Quickly. Driving to the basket. Good D by Thompson.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Green inside. Barnes on him. Thompson misses. Raptors trail by 8. Here's Dick. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Whether it's a catch and shoot or off the bounce, Grady Dick can knock it down. Tremendous jump shooter.
Thompson, high post. Barnes on him. Thompson inside. Covered by Barnes. Clock at 4. Sengun passes to Van Vliet. The Rockets with another miss.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
For 3, Ingram. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Thompson throws it down.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. And it's quickly missing. Rockets leading by 8. Thompson dishes to Green. Houston moving it around. Thompson outside. Going inside. And Thompson throws it down.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Here's Quickly. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Thompson.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Well, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Barnes screen on Brooks. For 3, Ingram. Rockets with the rebound. Sengun's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Thompson outside. Pass to Sengun. Out to Thompson. Shoots the 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
More and more we see Ingram attack on the drive and convert it. His length and skill allow him to do so many things.
Sengun finds Thompson. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's doing it all himself, shouldering the offensive load in effortless fashion right now.
Green with the rebound. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Brooks, the pass to Sengun. Here's Thompson. High post try. Again, the miss by Thompson.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Dick. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, I guess we could give him credit for not getting discouraged. They're still playing hard. He's doing his job out there.
Thompson against Barnes. And Thompson kicks to Brooks. Out to Thompson from past the arc. And Pirtle pulls it down.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Thompson sends it back. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So he comes up empty, missing both. "16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brooks, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Wow. Dylan Brooks off the bounce. Teammates are loving that.
Thompson from long range. No good. So we see Houston taking the W here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, Jay, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
right. They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
So a look at our starters for the Heat. Hero. Jaquez Jr. out on the perimeter. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Quickly. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Count that one.
That's about activity, determination, Quickly finishing strong.
Tries the spin move. Jaquez. And a two-handed jam.
Outstanding move in the lane. Just enjoy that one at home, folks.
No doubt, with some huge elevation.
The ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
Barnes, no good.
He's got to be mad at himself. You won't get a better look than that.
Here's Adebayo. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And with a strong physical profile, Adebayo is willing to battle, always on the interior.
Quickly passes to Pirtle. Jaquez grabs the board. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Hero, no good. For Toronto, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. And it's Quickly with a miss. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Hero for 3.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold. Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now here's Hero. 1:51 left in the first quarter. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Barnes with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Quickly. The rebound by Ware.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Well, Emmanuel Quickly is a combo guard who impacts both sides of the ball, Doris.
There's no question about it. He's a floor spacer. He can create for himself or his teammates. And defensively, longer than you think and very mobile.
And so here is Toronto following the bucket by the Heat. Ingram with a deep three. And again, Toronto, no good. Heat leading by 5. Pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware, covered by Pirtle. Mitchell against Barnes. And it's Mitchell, the miss.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Outside Ingram. There's the three. The rebound by Ware. Miami's gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. Jaquez no good. Raptors trail by 5. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Now Barnes. Here's the three. Rebound Miami. Ware's got his 4th rebound in this one. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Miami out in front. They lead by 5. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Heat.
The most consistent attack on offense so far has been the mid-range jump shot. We'll see if they can keep that rolling.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Then there's Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center position. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
Back to Dick. Inside, Pirtle. Outside for Ingram. Three-pointer. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Developing a more compact motion on his shot has improved Ingram's consistency from range.
Hero against Barnes. Hero outside. Outside Mitchell. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Ingram with the ball. Hero picks him up. 4-3. And the Raptors, another 3.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his 2nd make this quarter.
Here's Ware. Pirtle with some nice D. Toronto's gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Quickly against Mitchell. Quickly outside. Takes it inside. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Pass to Mitchell. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Good work there as it goes.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Barnes in the post. Hounded by Adebayo. Barnes, it's good.
And this is how you finish inside. Barnes, I mean, he doesn't fear anyone close to the rim.
And how about Scotty Barnes, Doris? Named an All-Star during his 3rd season in 2024.
And in fact, the 3rd youngest All-Star that year. Listen, he has upgraded his playmaking. He's still getting better, and I think that's the scary part for the rest of the league.
Yeah, in a battle of physicality, Adebayo tends to get the best of you.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Graham.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Hero for 3. Sinks it. Now 2 of 7 on the night.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Ingram. Now Grady Dick. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Outside for Mitchell. Adebayo with it. Pass to Jaquez. Adebayo sets a screen, pulls it from the top of the key. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got rebound number 7 tonight. Right side Dick. Now here's Pirtle. Stolen by Mitchell. And they're running. It's stolen by Ingram. 1:03 left in the second. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Here's Barnes. That one's good. On the sweet setup by Ingram. Barnes has gotten 4 this quarter.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the 3 balls weren't falling early on.
Here's Hero. Back to Adebayo. Kicks it to Hero. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by Miami.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Dick. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
That's big-time length and athleticism by Scotty Barnes, leaving no doubt.
Hero outside. Fires from deep. Barnes with the rebound. And here's quickly. Barnes the screen. Jacks up a 3. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's the Raptors up by 5. And we'll be back right after this.
Fans, direct your attention to center court. And get ready.
I know my partner here appreciates the brute force, especially on the glass, right, Shaq? And they're in a good spot because of it.
Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
Taking a look.
Glad you could join us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, without question, Brandon Ingram displaying his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
We've got R.J. Barrett, and it's Shed in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And one thing we've seen from R.J. Barrett, he likes playing in a system where they move the ball, Doris.
And he likes BA when that ball moves in his direction. R.J. Barrett is a thirsty scorer. He can go off the bounce. He's working really hard to shore up that perimeter game. He has got a tremendous future.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA."
And they're not happy with the call here. Coach has given the signal. He's going to use his challenge. Probably a good idea in such a close contest.
Taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed.
Personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Down low. Here's Love. Oh, Here's Love with the jam.
Every time you put Kevin Love in a screen and roll situation, he's so smart at making the right decision.
Pass to Barrett. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one belongs to Wiggins. Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously, and size certainly helps, and then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Shot is good by Barrett.
Boy, you talk about a gifted finisher. R.J. Barrett, soft touch on the interior.
Here's Rozier driving inside. Chalk up 2 there.
And they're rolling. 4 straight makes to start the second half.
The Raptors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Here's Shed, pounded by Rozier. This one for 3. And it's Shed missing.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
That evens the score. Rozier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There is no fear when it comes to Terry Rozier. This guy is a scorer at heart, even if it means getting it done in the painted area. 1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
A line change here for Toronto. Outside for Love, for the lead. Counted from distance. Now it's a 3-point Miami lead.
Kevin Love specializes in finding the open space on the floor, pays off with a nice catch and shoot.
Quickly finds Pirtle. Back to Quickly. Pirtle with a screen on Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Toronto no good. And the Heat with possession. They're on a 13-4 run. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stars.
Well, think about it, B.A. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Anderson passes to Love. Outside Robinson. Oh, he drains the 3, and he'll go to the line for 1 more. Grady Dick picks one up. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Takes the 3. Love grabs the miss.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Raptors trail by 6. Here's Ingram. They get it back. Barnes. Up and in on the layup. Barnes has got 10 points.
Scotty Barnes got that big body. Just hang around the cup and create something.
Rozier against Quickly. Rozier looking around. Pass to Wiggins. Out to the right wing. Here's Love. And it's good. 2 points. Love's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
I just love the ball movement.
The 3 from Barnes. Rebound by the Heat. Love's got his 6th rebound on the night. Rozier outside. Outside, Anderson. Fires the 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Quickly from outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. He's got 10.
A great pass and Quickly makes great use of it.
Here's Rozier. And he jams it home with authority.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
Here's Wiggins. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Ware in at the 5. And that one's good. Quickly.
Now, this is quickly in a nutshell. This guy can light up a defense in a hurry.
Pass to Ware. Barnes against Hero. That one's good for 2. Hero's got 5 points now this quarter.
Impressive. I mean, challenging at the rim against length. You just have to love the aggressiveness.
You have got to believe that you can score against size on the interior. How about the aggressive, assertive move there?
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Hero for 3.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Here's Barnes. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Oh, Scotty Barnes off the deck into the cup. Nice finish.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
First personal foul.
Quickly against Mitchell. Quickly passes to Dick. Ingram on the wing. Launches a 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Here's Ware. Pass to Hero. It's stolen by Barnes. Out on his own on the break. And here's Ingram from the arc. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Outside Dick, pass to Barnes. Ingram with a screen on Adebayo. Adebayo against Barnes. Clock at 6. Outside Ingram. And he drives in. Doesn't go that time. Heat leading by 3. Here's Ware. Adebayo sets a screen. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Quickly from outside. Adebayo grabs the board.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Here's Ware. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Here's Quickly. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
One of the things I always like about Emmanuel Quickly, he's decisive with the basketball.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
A perfect trip to the line narrows the gap.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Heat, leading by 5. Here in the 4th quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Takes a 3. To the right side. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Toronto. Dick's got 4 rebounds in the game. Mitchell against Barnes. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Mitchell, the pass to Adebayo. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. And the Heat lead by 7.
Man, just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
Miami has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Miami.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
And again, Toronto, no good.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
That assertive mentality, I mean, just rising up from deep and draining it.
There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. And again, Toronto, no good. And here are the Heat. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And Mitchell puts up a deep 3. Off the mark there with a 3. Pirtle, the pass to Ingram. Hero for 3. No good. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to.
Wow, it's fun to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
So here's Miami's starting group. Wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Mitchell, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball. Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Mitchell, good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Hero. Thompson with the rebound. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
From deep, Green knocks down the 3 ball. Green's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Clark, famously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size, but man, when you look at his intangibles. It's hard to not be impressed with what Fred VanVleet has done. He is an incredible basketball player, smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player.
Here's VanVleet after Tyler Hero's bucket. Out to Thompson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Jaquez. Here's Mitchell. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. VanVleet picks one up. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball. Looking for fast break opportunities, always a good idea.
And, you know, another thing that's been working for them tonight, scoring off turnovers, points off miscues. They've been converting any mistakes at the other end.
And he gets it back. Tries again. The drive by Thompson. Kicks it out to VanVleet. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Here's Mitchell. Sweet little floater.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Driving in.
Seeing a lane and exploding towards the rack. What a take from Brooks.
And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. They got some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Now, here's Mitchell. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Jaquez sets a screen for Adebayo. To the paint, trying to find Jaquez. Gets it to him. This one for 3. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
Van Vliet finds Thompson. Going inside, and he makes that one. Thompson's got 6.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Hero passes to Adebayo. Here's Ware, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
32 seconds left in the first quarter. Hero passes to Adebayo, and Thompson sends it back. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Hero from long range. That one no good. Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for Houston. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court for the Heat, wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. Then it's Mitchell. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. Van Vliet against Mitchell. Van Vliet kicks to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Here he goes. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. Connects from 3-point range. Thompson's got 11.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
Green finds Van Vliet. Brooks with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Van Vliet passes to Thompson. Great defense that time from Jaquez. The Heat trail by 4. Pass to Adebayo. And he uses the glass on the layup. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And contact can't slow Adebayo down. He's not afraid to get physical when he's attacking.
And Vliet deciding where to go with it. Pass to Green. Back to Van Vliet. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Thompson. Jaquez with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively, because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. But I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat.
My goodness. Amen Thompson making a statement at the hoop.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Heat. They trail by 3. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Adebayo with this screen on Thompson. Marquez the pass to Adebayo. The Rockets pull it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Ware. Brooks covering. Here's Hackett. Pass to Adebayo. Another shot. Mitchell. Green with the block.
Really good to see Green engaged defensively.
Şengün passes to Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Green kicks to Şengün. Brooks with no one around. Off target from outside. Miami's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Hero, no good. Thompson inside. Buries it down low. Thompson's got 19 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And a deep 3 from Hero. And that one released in time, but no good. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 2. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
I hate what they're doing on defense. Giving up too many gimmies, it makes me mad just watching it.
And I've seen you on the golf course.
And now, not a bad. Thank you for being with us.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Amen Thompson has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Jabari Smith is out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Holiday in a point. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half.
Every night, Kevin Love is a double-double waiting to happen. He is a hard man to contain in the paint.
To the left wing. Back to Whitmore. And it's off from three-point range. Miami trailing. Robinson on the wing. Whitmore defending. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Eason finds Whitmore. Ball's knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Anderson in the post. Adams defending for the lead. Tries again. Love, no luck.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Eason against Wiggins. Back to Whitmore. Rozier against Holiday. And it's the Heat on the break. And it's denied. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Eason. Here's Robinson. Now Adams. No scoring in this one. Pass to Holiday. Smith with a screen on Rozier. Holiday, the pass to Smith. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Smith's got his first bucket in this one.
And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
And the basket by Rozier.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Pass to Holiday. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And a look here at the passing numbers over the last several months for Tyler Hero.
The trend they've got to be pleased about is how many more assists he's been racking up. He's developed a pass-first mentality, and as well as he's been dishing it, that's a very good sign. All the guys around him are loving playing with him with the way things are going.
Outside Rozier. Shot clock at 6. For the tie. No good that time. Adams, some nice D. Houston in the lead. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
And Adams gets it to go down on the assist by Holiday. And the Rockets lead by 2. Here's Rozier. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Rozier attacks the rack as ferociously as anybody.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Smith kicks to Holiday. Smith sets the pick for Holiday. And he lays it straight in. Holiday's got 5.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Rozier against Holiday. It's not going to go for him. And Adams has got the ball here for the Houston Rockets. A 2-point game. Holiday against Wiggins. And it's Smith missing. Miami's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the free ball here. That one falls. Wiggins has got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Well, I think this is an ideal recipe for Wiggins. Attacking on the drive, making people try to match up with his athleticism. That's a winning combination for Wiggins.
Here's Love. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Love's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat. Anderson with the ball. Now Smith defending. Outside for Robinson. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
A new lineup here for Houston. And he nails the third. The Rockets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Outside, Green. Hands it from downtown. Green's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
Wiggins finds Rozier. And the shot goes in.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Thompson outside. And a miss there on the triple. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Heat, Terry Rozier is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Anderson in at the four-man position.
Launching off the ground and throwing it down with ease. Boy, can Green get up.
Here's Rozier. Bucket is good. Rozier's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Şengün with a screen on Rozier. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Rozier against Van Vliet. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got 3 assists tonight. At the elbow, it's Wiggins. And he banks in the layup. And the Heat lead by 5.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Thompson passes to Şengün. Here's Van Vliet. Thompson outside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And this one has been all about Amen Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
And Clark watching Amen Thompson. He is just a different kind of athlete.
He sure is, boy. Special as an athlete. And we've got some of the greatest athletes in the world across the NBA. He's smooth, he's explosive, he's fluid, well coordinated. Seems like he just kind of floats in the air. It's special to watch him do his thing.
That ties the game.
Getting his team the best shot on the floor. Amen Thompson feeds a ready shooter that time.
It's tipped and stolen by Şengün to take the lead. And the call on the shot. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
For Houston, Jalen Green taking 2 shots. The play is personal under video review of the NBA rules.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. Double checking, and the game continues on.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. And Mitchell gets it to go.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Here's Van Vliet. 5 to shoot. Pass to Şengün. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by the Heat. Jaquez has got 6 rebounds in the game. The Heat have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Adebayo passes to Ware, and Thompson sends it back.
On the hunt to make a big defensive impact. Thompson denying that shot.
Stolen by Brooks. Pulls it up. Thompson misses. Miami's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
Here's Van Vliet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
And Van Vliet unmoved under pressure. I mean, when his team needs a basket, he simply goes out and handles his business.
Ware passes to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Big time from Bam. This guy's played in the finals, so Adebayo knows how to handle the pressure.
Brooks finds Green. Thompson outside. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Hero. And Miami shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Green, the pass to Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Showing zero fear. Thompson handles the pressure of the big moment. Way to go, man.
The drive by Mitchell, and he makes good on the layup. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a team like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
The free throw drops for Hawkins. Van Vliet outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Miami now. 3-point lead. Here's Mitchell. Got it.
Davion Mitchell.
And so here is Houston. Pass to Brooks. Houston moving it around. Thompson looking for an opening. Şengün finds Brooks. Uncovered. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Brooks in the clutch, making a statement, Dylan style.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed.
And he drives in, stolen by Van Vliet. And so it's Miami winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't...
All right, DA, thanks again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Dick.
Thursday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. Then on Friday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
What a great opportunity. For this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Dick, and it's Ingram in at the 3. Barnes against Green. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Green.
If you let him, Van Vliet will just live at the arc. I mean, he shoots fearlessly from out there.
Quickly against Van Vliet. Outside Dick. Pass to Barnes. It's rebounded by Şengün.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Green. Last game with 30.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
And here's Dick. Picked by Pirtle. To the inside. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. It's that time of the year, everyone. Opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in. And we're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started. Well, games moving fast, quickly is a little bit faster.
The Rockets have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Thompson in the post. He's guarded by Barnes. Thompson a screen on quickly. Here's Van Vliet. And he converts the layup. Van Vliet's got 5.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Şengün against quickly. Şengün a screen on Barnes. And it's Thompson penetrating. Yeah, that one's good.
Just a menace around the bucket. Şengün is so hard to stop down low.
Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his 3rd year. Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11" post guy. He is so skilled.
The 3 from quickly. And the Raptors get it back. And the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:56 left now in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's quickly. Soft touch off the glass.
Working inside quickly with good spatial awareness, sensing all things around him.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. The Rockets lead by 3. Thompson left side. Outside for Brooks. Outside, Green. Now here's Şengün. Van Vliet outside. The three-pointer off the mark. Pirtle finds quickly. With the drive, and he gets that one. Quickly's got 6 points.
In an instant, Quickly saw the opening, didn't hesitate.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Pirtle with a screen on Thompson. To the paint. Şengün with a steal. Thompson against Quickly. Here's Green.
Stay out of the way!
Wow!
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. Green loves putting on a show.
Kicks it to Quickly. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Dick. The 3 is up. Nails it from 3.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Van Vliet. No good with a layup. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Rockets on. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
Well, a lot of the players are doing a good job as well of scanning the interior part of the paint. All those inside looks, those are paying off.
Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Brandon Ingram was the key piece of the Anthony Davis tree. That move changed his career, Brent.
No doubt about it. B.I. won the most improved player of the year in his first season away from the Lakers. So sometimes that change of scenery can open up opportunity and get you a chance to show your excellence.
After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he's scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
Now here's Thompson. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Barnes passes to Pirtle. Now here's Ingram. Barnes the screen. Outside Ingram. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Houston in the lead. And Brooks with a basket on the assist by Şengün. Brooks has got his first basket of the night. Van Vliet against Quickly. From the arc. It's hauled in by Houston. They host the Hawks after this one. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Van Vliet outside. Back to Green. Şengün, the screen. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Pirtle.
I love it. What concentration. Green taking the contact well and converting with confidence.
Here's Dick. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Houston leading by 4. Şengün, a screen on Barnes. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Thompson passes to Şengün. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Misses from short range. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Picked by Pirtle. To the middle. Can't get it to fall. The Rockets have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Thompson finds Van Vliet. Rebounded by Ingram.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
The three from Barnes. It's hauled in by Houston. Sengun's got his 4th rebound in this one. Sengun, a screen on Barnes. Thompson passes to Brooks. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. Van Vliet knocks it down from distance. Van Vliet's got 10 points in the game.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Now here's Quickly. He has 6. And again, Toronto, no good.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Brooks against Ingram. Brooks drives in to the inside. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Toronto.
It's both from the stripe.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Brooks. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, just showcasing his athleticism. When Brooks gets open space around the rim, he looks to throw it down with authority. That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. And they pick up 2.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Houston shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. Raptors trail by 14. Barnes in the post. He's against Smith. Pirtle finds Ingram. Picked by Pirtle. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense. A quick move to the bucket. And you get the lay-in.
Here's Holiday. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Deflected! And so it's Houston up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. Back after this.
19. Please direct your attention to
Come one, come all. Swerving off topic for a moment. I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man, it's a hot dog. Jeez, it's right there.
And now talking about this game. What a first half from Fred Van Vliet.
The mental aspect of Van Vliet's game is showing up outward.
And that's a wrap on.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Man, one guy's been getting it done, Fred Van Vliet.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
Checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred Van Vliet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. Here's Holiday. Over quickly. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Another miss by Holiday.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And the shot goes down. Dick's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Adams with a screen on quickly. Holiday from long range. Another miss by Holiday.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
The assist, Dick.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Holiday. Lays it up and banks it in. Holiday's got 8 points.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And you know, Brent, Scotty Barnes does so much for this team. That includes creating for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably the #1 attribute. He's got the length and size to be a defender that can guard 2 through 4, BA, but Scotty's a problem because he can create opportunities and advantage on the offensive end.
Here's Ingram. Adams grabs the miss.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now here's Eason. No points yet. Holiday passes to Adams. The 3 is up. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Whitmore. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second personal.
That's on Jakob Poeltl.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Some young players coming into the league may lack experience in truly big games. Brent, do you think that's a disadvantage?
Well, it could be a disadvantage, BA, but how do you get to replicate that competitive environment unless you get there? And so with every experience, young guys typically want to achieve greatness, embrace some of those biggest moments, watch and learn, and that's where you grow the most.
Dick gets the bucket. Dick's got 5 points in the quarter.
Certainly he has the ability to take over games. Dick's doing it early in his career.
Adams with a screen on quickly. Holiday passes to Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Ingram up top. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
That Ingram and that body and that maturation showing off in plays just like that.
3-pointer Holiday. They grab their own miss. Adams. Poeltl with the block. And he gets it back. Holiday, that one's good. Holiday's got 13.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Poeltl with a screen on Holiday. Quickly passes to Poeltl. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Pass to Smith. Rejected by Barnes.
Ooh, the swat by Barnes. He's got that ability to put up big block numbers.
Dick with a miss. The Rockets lead by 16. On the wing, Whitmore launches it. Smith passes to Eason. Holiday against Quickly. Goes back up. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Houston has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the 3rd quarter. Connects from downtown. Holiday's got 12 now in this quarter.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
It's Barnes on the wing, covered by Smith. And the basket is good.
Defense knows that's where Scotty Barnes does most of his work, but they still can't stop it.
Holiday from long range. Again, Holiday missing. And so it's the Houston Rockets looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. Their defensive effort And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Raptors trail by 17. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Alperen Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
You like Quickly's decision-making, that time calling his own number.
Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. And there's a pick. And there's the drive. Rebounded by Ingram. Ingram's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Dick, defended by Şengün. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
We probably have to touch on as well that tonight their penetration has been awesome. I mean, they put force on this game, attacking off the bounce, and a willingness to do that has paid off.
Outside Ingram, a deep 3. Brooks with the rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Green for 3. Houston with another miss. Raptors trail by 13. Ingram on the wing. Green covering. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Barnes finds quickly. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes in the post. Brooks defending. And here's Ingram outside. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Pirtle with the ball. Checked by Brooks. That shot wide open.
And Brandon Ingram continues to work on that smooth 3-point release.
Houston leading by 10. On the wing, Thompson. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. It's stolen by Barnes. Van Vliet against Quickly. Outside Dick, outside Barnes. The 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Thompson. Van Vliet against Quickly. Şengün, a screen on Quickly. Out to Thompson. To win the cold spell.
That is what I'm talking about. Wow. That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that was going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, and the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now off the inbound. And it's Quickly. That time on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game. Houston leading by 10. And here's Thompson for 3. And they recover it. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Barnes, outside Dick. Van Vliet against Quickly. To the paint. Here's Pirtle. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Thompson in the post, working on Barnes. Van Vliet right side. Give him that one. Now shooting 5 for 11 from the floor.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Dick gets the bucket. Dick's got 9 points now in the second half.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
Quickly passes to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Scotty's such a good dunker. This is why the D can't let Barnes get that deep inside.
Here's Brooks. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. The free throw dropped for Brooks. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Ingram. Inside. Pirtle, the pass to Barnes. Back to Pirtle. Ingram on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Up and over Brooks. And out of bounds. Houston will have it.
Houston ball.
Don't do anything silly. Just ride out the clock.
Yes, if they take their time and execute, the game is all theirs.
No good with the triple. And it's Toronto's ball. 11-point game. Oh, got a piece of it. Oh, Brooks with the steal. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Green finds Şengün. Green against Pirtle from behind the arc. Out to Thompson. Let's go with a 3. Drills it from deep.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Puts up a deep 3. Can't connect. And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home. And I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire